Hello, today I will be breaking down the Festival in a Box Amsterdam Secret Lair, of which the main draw is the Mystery Booster 2 box, which is only available through Secret Lair or MagicCon conventions. This means that it is not available through a local game store or big box retailers, and therefore has a much lower print run. If you want to be able to check out a bunch of this or any other Secret Lair, please check out Adventure.io today. We have a vibrant community and hope to see you there. Now, this box is currently selling for around $300 and has 400 exclusive treatments, with some of them having new art. That being said, it also has 1,000 other reprints, as well as a few unique cards. Now, if we look at the overall financial breakdown by looking at from most expensive to least expensive, we'll see that the most expensive card is Urza Lord High Artificer at $237. This card has new art and a frame that the card did not have before. Then we also have Oracle at the Alpha, which is one of the newer cards at $163, meaning that this card hasn't been in a previous set, due to its primarily digitally only nature before then. Now, if we look at cards that have an exclusive frame but do not have different art from previous printings, you'll see that Arcane Signet is a $48 card. So the value does drop off somewhat quickly. That being said, the fact that this set has over 1,700 cards makes this box have a different draft environment, which is very important for sealed product, and could lead to it having more collectability in the future, combined with its relatively small printing. It is also very highly received by the community. But the Secret Lair does not only include that box. It also includes a few other cards, such as its own Secret Lair drop within it that has Nissa Researcher Animus, which is a $25 card, for the first time in full art, as well as Random Excavator, which is a $5 card, and 6 Tireless Provisioner and Titania, which are heavily played despite not having a high financial value. The other thing about this drop is that it has a cohesive theme with it. Now, there actually are a few more cards as well, being a Future Sight Llanowar Elves, which although the single card itself in its base printing doesn't have a high value, this could be collectible as Llanowar Elves is universally played in many different formats. Well, okay, maybe not universally, but it is often played. In addition, we also have Utopia Sprawl in a textless treatment, which could be valuable for some collectors due to it not only being a playable card, but some people also just collect cards without any text on them due to there not being that many of them. Then we have Atraxa Praetor's Voice in new art, which is a $25 card. So we have around $50 of extra value in singles based on their base printing, and some extra room for different art. Which, considering the fact that the box retails for $200, means I would recommend selling it for around $350, but also taking offers if they come up. To give you some more context, we also have a previous Secret Lair drop that is selling for $320, but I wouldn't really say it's as good because despite containing the Mystery Booster 2, it does have Besieged Demir, which is a $20 card, and Consecrated Sphinx, which is also worth around $20, but the theme is less cohesive and the community reception was not as high. So yeah. And then if we look, we have more eBay sales for the different Festival in a Box, which shows that it still is around 320. And Mystery Booster 2 has been selling recently for around 300. In addition, I do still think that it could rise to 500 or 600 in the future once Mystery Booster 3 releases, and meaning that Mystery Booster 2 will no longer be in print. Editor Will here. I realized I forgot to mention two important things. One, both the Mystery Booster 2 and the original Mystery Booster have playtest cards, which, although they are not financially worth much, may add to the value of the set in the future due to it being the only set where you can draft these types of experimental cards. However, those playtest cards are not usable in tournaments. In addition, the Mystery Booster 1 box was available some at game stores and did not have any exclusive art or borders. However, it is now selling for $350 due to being out of print. So I thought that might be notable to realize that this could end up being a $500 or $600 box down the line in about a year or two. Although I do expect that you're going to sell most of your boxes when you actually get them.